Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to talk about the State of Toonami here in 2019 as of February. Hey, what is going So right now, Toonami is in as a tough spot like a couple of years ago, but probably in a much worse situation right now, since they don't have Dragon Ball Super in the lineup right now. I'm just going to start off with Dragon Ball Super right now, so we can just kind of bring around the bush. Dragon Ball Super most likely will not be coming back until 2021. And like I said, I'm not going to get into the rumors and the speculations on Dragon Ball Super like every other user has been doing. Geekdom has even been fooled with this, when Super is coming back. Everyone has been fooled pretty much on when Dragon Ball Super is coming back. So we're not going to even get into the Bush question of when Dragon Ball Super will in fact come back. But the fact of the matter is, getting to our main topic, which is Toonami, them not having Dragon Ball Super is definitely a huge blow for them, because that definitely helped them in 2018 when they weren't doing very, very hot in terms of programming. Dragon Ball Super kept them aligned and kept them relevant. Without Dragon Ball Super now, they had a stronger lineup in 2019, but they still had Dragon Ball Super for most of the year until it ended. I believe in October, it officially ended. Well, the English dub, officially ended. We're talking about the dub, obviously, not the sub. For anybody who's been watching the sub, you guys have been already done a year and a half ago. But we're talking about the dub release dates. So that's where it stands when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. But now let's talk about what we're doing currently with the Toonami lineup. So not too long ago, Toonami released the schedule. Adult Swim released the upcoming new schedule for February 22nd and then February 29th, where they will be cutting an hour of the block away. Now, really, realistically, them cutting an hour of the block isn't really that much of a blow to Toonami. I know this is going to sound like a huge blow to it, but it really actually isn't, because they're just reruns. Like the 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock time slot is usually just reruns of some shows that they've already aired beforehand. Promised Neverland, is going to leave. Attack on Titan is going to leave temporarily, because they're just basically reruns. They're just rerunning the shows again for people that haven't seen it or just want to watch it again. It's not really a biggie. It's not really a biggie. Now, if they were premiere shows, I could understand why it would be a blow. But right now, it's really just a graveyard hour of like rerunning stuff that they still have the rights to, basically. TV broadcasting rights to. Having said that, though, it does make me wonder what is going on behind the scenes, because as of right now, we haven't had any new announcements of any new shows coming up the pike, and we haven't had any formal announcements or updates about anything else whatsoever, just taking away a graveyard time slot. So, with that being said, let's get into what the time slot is going to be for the foreseeable future. So, on February 22nd, which will be the final week we have the Graveyard Hour, we have Dr. Stone having a season finale. That's going to kick off over My Hero Academia. So My Hero Academia is going to be taking a break for a week, I guess. Then you got Sword Art Online, Alicization. Then you got Demon Slayer. You got Food Wars. You got Black Clover. You got JoJo's Bizarre Screwy Adventures. Just kidding, but show still sucks. Anyways, Naruto Shippuden. And then you got The Promised Neverland, and then you got Attack on Titans, both reruns for both shows. Anyways, then after that is over with, it's going to be next week. It's going to be then kicking off once again with My Hero Academia, Sword Art Online, Alicization, Demon Slayer, Food Wars, Black Clover, JoJo Bizarre Adventures, and then you got Naruto Shippuden. So I've talked about this already, and I've talked about issues with Jason DeMarco and the people at Adult Swim's programming and what they're thinking in terms of where they're taking Toonami. Now, I don't see Toonami leaving, like I said, anytime soon. I know a lot of people are starting to suspect that maybe Toonami is finally going to leave. And you know what? If they leave, they've already left before. So it's not impossible for them to leave again. You know what I mean? There, it happened. 11 years in the making, and they were off the air for 4 years. And they came back. You know, it was epic. But it can still happen. I don't see Toonami going away, though, anytime soon, having said that, because they just, released a new Tom 6, as we like to call him. They just released him. And then they also just released a Funko Pop of Tom 1, exclusively to GameStop, for anybody who wants to check that stuff out. So they're clearly marketing into Toonami. Obviously, they got a big payday for the rights to have Tom be on a Funko Pop, because you have to give merchandising rights out to make to have other stores sell products from your TV stuff, and in this case being a block. So the Funko Pop actually might be benefiting Toonami. I don't know what royalties they're making off of it, but they are definitely making some type of merchandising royalties from that, and people are buying them, which, from what I'm hearing, they're going really quick, and they might be already sold out by now. But people are buying those. That actually benefits Toonami, because obviously Toonami is not a show, like not an anime, or a cartoon show type thing. It's a block, and if they are getting people to buy that stuff, then that is going directly to the budget of Toonami. So that is benefiting Toonami. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be a huge profit, it's not going to be a huge profit for them, but the fact that they're getting merchandising out there is very beneficial to Adult Swim and Toonami. Personally, this is something Toonami should have been doing years ago. I don't know why they are just starting to do this now. This is something that they could have been doing a long time ago, and it could have been something that benefited them when they really didn't have that much of a budget back in 2012 when they relaunched. This is something that I even had said a long time ago that they should have been doing. And of course, they finally, after like 3 years of being back on the air, 3 or 2 years, they finally opened up that website where you can buy t-shirts and stuff like that. But for a while there, you could only get t-shirts by winning the contest and stuff like that. Then they finally made them available where anybody could buy the t-shirts on the, I forget what the website's called, but it's one of those Adult Swim websites that they have all their, shop stuff going on there. But now we got, a Funko Pop, which is Tom 1, which I'm very happy that they're doing that. I really hope they release a Tom 2 Funko Pop, because if they do, I really want that, because I'm not a Funko Pop collector. I don't really see what the whole big, buzz is about collecting Funko Pops. I just don't see it. Everybody who I know collects these things, and I just don't know why. I don't know. I just don't see what's so great about it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but if they actually did come up with the Tom 2 Funko Pop, I would buy it, because Tom 2 was my favorite Tom, and he was the cool guy that you got when you seen him after school. He's the guy I always just see after school, and I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. I would love to have something of Tom 2. Tom 2 was the best Tom. He was the coolest Tom. Iliation, and the best, in my opinion. They always used to have all those things. That's where you used to get all those historical, messages. That all started with Tom too. The State of Toonami, the Broken Promise. Everyone, Toonami has recreated the Broken Promise thing, and all that stuff. That all started with Tom 2. That was originally done in Tom 2's formation. All the historical stuff that they have remade with Tom 5 and Tom 6, all that stuff was from Tom 2. And that's why I say Tom 2 is the best Tom, because all that stuff started with Tom 2. Tom 2 had all those messages. The iteration of Sarah started at the intruder angle. Tom 1, technically with Tom 1, but, it was right towards the end. When Tom 1 was getting ready to be destroyed, and then Tom 1 was getting popped out. So that was all started really with Tom 2. But getting back to the topic here, for the programming here. So merchandising is great, and that's going to benefit them for a couple of years. But at the same time, we need more results for the actual product that's being shown on the programming. And this is the biggest issue. And I have been very critical about the stuff that they've been doing. Now, as we all know, a couple of months ago, Boruto was canceled for some reason. Now, I know some people are going to comment and say, oh, no, that's not true. Jason DeMarco tweeted out that they just, it's taking a break or whatever. Yeah, 45 minutes after he made that tweet, he made another tweet saying that he decided not to renew Boruto, which means Boruto is a free agent. And until he comes out and says that Boruto is coming back on the air, I will not believe that it is quote-unquote taking a break. Because why would Viz Media want their quote-unquote, or not quote-unquote, their best show being taking a break from Toonami? It doesn't make any sense for it doesn't make any sense for Viz Media, especially since the subtitle version is out. They have I think the subtitle version's over 100 episodes. Why would you want them to be more behind than they already are by taking a break? That doesn't make any business sense for Viz Media, okay? That doesn't make any business sense. Especially since this is from their top-rated franchise show, okay? Yes, it's a spin-off from the Naruto franchise, but it's still the Naruto characters are still involved. It's still, it's still a spin-off to the series, so people that were interested in Naruto Shippuden and Naruto the original are going to be interested in Boruto. So you're going to get that fan base that's going to want to watch it. Okay, so pulling Boruto, especially since it is a stream, or not, it is a non-streaming show. It's a show that goes on cable television exclusively. This makes no business sense to have this being pulled. And also, it makes no business sense for Toonami, which is struggling to get shows that don't go on the streaming sites before their cable broadcast premiere. The only shows that they have contracted where they get to show it before any streaming device gets to show it well, at least for the Funimation portion of the side, is Dragon Ball Super and Attack on Titan. If you notice on their current lineup right now, the only shows that currently are actual premiere shows on their block is Sword Art Online Alicization and Demon Slayer. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, my bad. Sorry. Those are the three dubbed shows that are currently on the block that are currently being aired for the first time in an English dub format. Dr. Stones is aired 3 weeks ahead of time on the Funimation Now streaming service. Food Wars, well, that's been kind of out there for a couple of years, I guess, but it is currently on High Drive as well as Hulu for the English dub. Though I will give Toonami some credit with Food Wars because they actually edited the ending credits and the theme song credits with the actual English text to it, which the Hulu and High Drive version does not. I do suspect this is because of a budgeting issue, because they weren't on a cable network originally, so maybe Season 3 will be edited properly this time, since Season 3 is actually being designed for a cable network budget, but nonetheless, I'm not sure about that. Black Clover is about like 10 weeks behind, or the broadcasting version of Toonami is about 10 weeks behind Funimation Now, which airs it every Sunday, the English dub. And of course Fire Force, which is already... Fire Force recently ended a couple of weeks ago, but Fire Force was a couple of weeks... I think it was only like 2 weeks behind Toonami's broadcast, but still, nonetheless, it was on a Funimation Now website before, or streaming service before Toonami aired it. Point being is Toonami needs to get more broadcasting anime, as well as other things outside of anime. Now, I have said this before, Toonami needs to go diverse outside of anime in general. I am not saying that Toonami needs to ditch anime. I am not saying that at all. I think they need to keep anime. But that does not mean they need to go and get everything from anime. They don't. There are so many things they could do. There are so many different options in the palm of their hands that they could get. Look no further than their own company that owns Adult Swim. I'm talking about Warner Brothers, or Warner's Media as they're called. You got a lot of DC things that are coming out, home videos exclusively. All these exclusive television series. You know, you got the Batman versus Ninja Turtles. You got the Justice League versus Teen Titans. You got this. You got that with Batman stuff coming out every year. You got these home movies coming out every year. That is your own product. Okay, your own company owns these, and yet you can't put them on Toonami. I do not understand why Cartoon Network in the last decade has gotten away. Actually, no, forget decade, 15 years. 15 years. Okay, probably more than that. I used to remember Cartoon Network used to air DC products all the time. Now the only DC shit we get is Teen Titans Go up the asshole. Okay? That's the only thing, and that's a cartoon. I'm talking about an actual show that is animated by DC, not Cartoon Network, not Adult Swim. I'm talking about an actual DC show, like Batman the Animated Series. The original I don't know if the original Teen Titans was animated by Cartoon Network or not. I think that was. I'm not sure exactly, but you get the point. Some of these, these great DC shows, okay, these great DC shows that you got coming out the pipe, right, and you don't show them. You don't put them on Toonami. Okay? These shows would get ratings. Because no one even knows. If you're just watching shit on cable, it's like, you're not going to even know about this stuff. It is just going to be completely past you. It's going to be completely like, you don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? You're missing all of that. You're missing it all. You got a lot of DC home videos at the palm of your hands, and you're just not putting them out there. It has been 15 years since we have gotten actual DC content animated from DC that's been on Cartoon Network in general. Batman the Animated Series, the original Justice League Unlimited. That stuff wasn't Cartoon Network stuff, but that was put on the Cartoon Network block. Okay? And we don't get that stuff. You know, original Teen Titans. Where is the original Teen Titans? Oh yeah, it's just a stupid crossover. No. We ain't gonna give you... We aren't gonna give you the original Teen Titans. We ain't gonna give you that season 6 that y'all been waiting over 15 years for. No. We ain't gonna do that, guys. We aren't gonna give you that. We're just gonna lie to you. We're gonna make you watch this stupid movie that no one gives a shit about. And you all got sucked into it. Right? Y'all got sucked into it. And now what are you doing? Oh yeah, you get one little crossover. Dinky, wakey do, whatever. Who cares? I want a season 6. I want to see an ending. A real ending. I want to see... I just want to see some shit. Can't get that going. Just like how we can't get the Galactic Kids Next Door. Oh, wait. We tried that already. We didn't get that either. You get what I'm saying, guys? This is what they do. They feed into you. They feed into you, and they don't give you what you want. They don't give you what you need. We've been asking for this for years, and they still aren't giving it to us. Now Cartoon Network's giving them some stupid rebooted Teen Titans Go bullshit Thundercats. Thank God Cartoon Network doesn't own Dragon Ball Z. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, so they're getting this whole thing with DC, okay? DC still, you know, and I'm not saying, again, DC has to control the whole block. No, I'm saying that Toonami just needs to have more action stuff besides anime. It's called building you a better cartoon show, not building you a better anime show. So, with that being said, that is where they need to go. So this is the biggest hurdle from Toonami. They're in this whole anime mode when they shouldn't be thinking about anime action mode, because now they're getting desperate, and so they can't find enough actional programming, so now they're going to other shows that are very questionable to being anime action, because it's an action-packed block, right? You know, questionable programming. You got that stupid Pop Team Epic shit that was on the block. And I don't care if anybody likes it, I still think the show's stupid. It is stupid. It is a terrible... People compare it to Robot Chicken. You can't compare that shit to Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken is 100 times better than that shit. That pile of garbage, as I call it. Okay. Um, yeah, it is freaking. It's basically an 18-year it's basically an 18-year or up version of Hamtaro. Uh, that's what it basically is. It's a pile of dog shit. That tries to be an adult kid show. Um, Adult humor, but acts like a kid tone show. You know what I mean there? Um, some of that dog shit, as I like to call it. Point being, guys, is this garbage should never have been in the block. That's what I'm basically trying to say about Pop Team Epic. But anyways, getting back to other shows that could possibly be on the block. Like I said, Viz Media. Viz Media doesn't have a streaming service. They really need to start kind of trying to do what Netflix is doing. Netflix is trying to branch out with more anime contents, as well as Viacom. Obviously, they're not going to work with Viacom, though I guess DC worked with them for the Batman crossover with the Ninja Turtles, so maybe it's possible, but I doubt it, because Viacom owns Nickelodeon, and, well, they're going to put programming, they might as well just put it on Nickelodeon. But getting my point again is they need to start branching out and not just doing anime. They need to start doing more DC stuff, which again, I don't understand why they don't work with DC. I know DC has their streaming service, but it's only available in America, and it's, well, very, very shitty, and no one likes it, and most people aren't subscribed to it, so I don't get the point of them not trying to work with them. So yeah, again, the whole issue with the programming is it comes down to streaming, and streaming is doing its own thing. I personally think they should reopen Toonami Jetstream or something similar to it. For anybody who doesn't know, Toonami, before it died, about 2 years before it died, they launched a streaming service. This is during the time when streaming still was very new and not many people liked it. They aired it. They aired a lot of things that weren't on Toonami, and they would just air it on Toonami Jetstream. They would kind of have bumpers, on the streaming service. This is something that they could do. They already kind of have a website streaming service on AdultSwim.com, so it could be possible. But Toonami's got to make the effort, to kind of get Toonami to a streaming service if they want to do that. And I do think a Toonami streaming service can work, by the way. They already had tested out the molds before with Jetstream, so it's not like they don't know what streaming is or how to run streaming stuff. It's just a matter of how to set it up and how to make it work. But again, it comes down to, the people upstairs at Toonami. They gotta, do this. They gotta, see, look, this is the times. We're still getting a lot of people that are watching this because of what it is. It's Toonami. So people are watching it because it's Toonami, not necessarily because of the programming. Which that's what a lot of people are doing right now. They don't want it to go off the air. And then, of course, there are people that are watching the shows that they want to watch, and then that's it. You need to do more than just that to keep this block alive. And so there's going to have to be a lot of changes in the next couple of years if this is going to even last a little longer. Right now, I think they're going to be good for the rest of 2020 and going into 2021. But there is concerning issues that need to be addressed for Toonami, for this, to stay afloat. There's a lot of new shows that they need to put up. Attack on Titan's coming back at some point this year, so you don't have to worry about that. But in terms of other shows that are coming out the pipe, we just don't know. We don't know where they stand. We don't know where they stand on the block. Like I said, if you brought in more DC stuff, it would make more logical sense, and would kind of help the brand more, and it would help them branch out more. Bring back Boruto. I don't know, again, why it was taken off to begin with. Or just start doing what they've been doing with Fluey Cluey, season 2 and 3, where you pay a Japanese company to make the anime, and you get the free licensable North American rights to the dub. Do that. Do something like that. You did it for Samurai Jack too, even. For the 5th season. Do something like that. Do something that's going to kind of help this. Because right now, unless they start doing something like that, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. Pay for an anime, to come out on a block. So that you can get on the block exclusively. That is what they need to do. Toonami needs to start being more smart when it comes to programming if they're going to compete against streaming. Because streaming is becoming a huge thing at this point, if not already a huge thing. With all these streaming sites putting things out up the asshole, it's going to be very, very difficult to compete in the next couple of years. Especially as content keeps going more and more to streaming. So that's what we're looking at right now with Toonami. There's got to be a lot of things that are going to happen. Like I said, Viz Media, I don't know how much more they plan on putting stuff out. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still hugely popular here in North America. And, yes, I know it's dumbed down for kids, but people, I guarantee you, would still watch it if it was on Toonami. Because it was on Toonami in the past already. Okay? Just because it's toned down does not mean it can't be on Toonami. Toonami, it's an anime. People loved it. It was on Toonami before. It has all the criterias. And it would definitely benefit Yu-Gi-Oh! More, because right now Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in a complete state of flux. Canada's been getting the dub way, way before the North America or the United States has had. Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, they had the whole season done well before we got episode 1. They had the first 2 seasons done before we even got episode 1 of season 1 for Arc V. And then it was the same thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! Verns right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Verns right now is currently airing the 2nd season in Canada. We haven't gotten episode 1 yet because Nicktoons Network does not want to air Yu-Gi-Oh! And yet there's no cable network to put Yu-Gi-Oh! On. So now 4K Media, aka Toonami New York as it's called now, they freaking have nowhere to put it on, so it's been on this huge delay, and they haven't even aired episode 1 yet. You know what I'm saying? Just that's what I'm trying to point out. Put it on Toonami. What the frig is it gonna take to put this stuff on Toonami right now? You know what I mean there? A lot of questionable decisions. I just kind of laid out a lot of suggestions. If there's any other suggestions you guys would like to think of, what more premiere shows that they should put on that hasn't aired a dub yet, let me know in the comment section. It doesn't have to be necessarily an anime show. It can be a cartoon too. Like I said, as long as it's action, it fits the criteria of Toonami. So yeah. Comment, rate. If you like this video and my videos, please subscribe. I do have a Discord server in the description box where we can discuss stuff. Hit the notification bell for all the latest contents if you are a subscriber. And that's really about it, guys. I'm the S Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace. Stay gold.